This video will show you 10 WWE wrestlers who are currently in jail and explain why they are there. Brian D.T. Porter McGee. Brian McGee, who went by D.T. Porter in the wrestling ring, got into huge trouble for something awful. Back in July 2013, he attacked his girlfriend outside their apartment. He hurt her so badly that she sadly didn't make it. Brian even posted about it on social media, acting like he was proud of what he did. When the police showed up, they found her body, but Brian had already taken off. They chased him, and he crashed his car, so they caught him fast. They took him to the hospital to make sure he was okay, then arrested him. The police charged him with first-degree murder, which is super serious, and his trial was set for later in 2013. At his first court date, his lawyer asked if he could get out on bail, but the judge said no way, he had to stay in jail. The trial went on until July 2016, when the jury said he was guilty. The judge gave him the toughest punishment because the crime was so bad and because Brian bragged about it online. He got life in prison with no chance of ever getting out. The judge said life in prison means life, period. Brian's stuck behind bars forever. Harrison. Hardbody Norris got famous for all the wrong reasons when his dark secret came out, landing him in prison for life. It started when police in Georgia noticed something weird about him. They found out he was keeping several women in his house and they weren't allowed to leave. The police told the FBI, who jumped in fast. In August 2005, the FBI raided both of Harrison's homes in Georgia and found 8 women who said he mistreated, abused, and controlled them. The FBI arrested him in October 2005 for trafficking women for bad stuff. While waiting for his trial, Harrison made a wild choice. He decided to be his own lawyer, even though he had no legal experience. That's super rare, but he was allowed to do it. At the trial, things got worse for him. The women shared stories about how he had strict rules, sold them to people nearby, and kept them in debt, so they had to do what he said. Harrison claimed they all came to his house willingly to train as wrestlers, and that he was helping them. But the jury didn't believe him and found him guilty. In April 2008, he was sentenced to life in prison, and he's still locked up today. Eugene Zumhoff, known as Buck or the King of Rock and Roll, got in trouble when police found out he was doing illegal things with minors. In May 2013, he was arrested and charged with 12 serious crimes for bad behavior with his daughter. His trial didn't go well for him at all. His daughter told the court everything he did, and the jury believed her, finding him guilty on all charges. After they read the verdict, Eugene tried to bolt out of the courthouse, running past guards to escape. But the court officers tackled him before he could get away. Because of that stunt, he got an extra charge for trying to escape. The judge wasn't happy and gave him a tough sentence, 25 years in prison, meaning he'll be locking it up until he's 80. His lawyers said it was too harsh, but the judge said Eugene's actions were so bad that he deserved it. He's still serving his time and will be for a long while. Tammy Sitch, who wrestled as Sunny, got into big trouble after a terrible car crash. She was driving way too fast and was drunk, so she couldn't control her car. Her 2012 Mercedes-Benz slammed into the back of a 2013 Kia Sorento that was stopped at a light. The crash was so bad that the man driving the Kia died, which was awful for Tammy. The police took her to the hospital and tested her blood. They found out her alcohol level was 3 times over the legal limit, meaning she was super drunk. In May 2022, they arrested her for driving drunk and for manslaughter, which is when you cause someone's death by accident. She paid over $200,000 to get out on bail, but a judge took it back a week later, saying she was too dangerous to be out. Tammy's still in jail waiting for her trial, and if she's found guilty, she could be locked up for decades. Dream Clark. Patrick Clark, known as Velveteen Dream, got arrested in August 2022 for something that happened at his gym. An employee told him to leave an area because it was being cleaned, but Patrick got mad and argued instead of leaving. When the employee asked him to leave the gym, Patrick lost it. He threatened to kill the employee and then punched him in the face, starting a fight. Another employee called the police, who showed up and saw both guys looking beat up. They were shocked to find bite marks on the employee, who said Patrick bit him during the fight. The police arrested Patrick and charged him with first-degree battery. He got out on $2,200 bail later that month but had a court date in September 2022. Instead of going, his lawyer said he wasn't guilty and skipped the appearance. Patrick posted online saying he was innocent, but he got in trouble for breaking probation from an earlier arrest, so he's back in jail. The WWE said he's not coming back because of this and past drug issues. His trial for battery might keep him out of jail if he plays it smart, but it's not looking good. Cain Velasquez was arrested for trying to kill someone after a crazy shooting in California. It started when Cain was driving and saw a guy named Harry Goulart Jr. in another car. Harry had done bad things to one of Cain's young relatives, and even though Harry was facing charges, he was still free. Kane got so mad that he chased Harry's car for over 11 miles at super high speeds. He rammed Harry's car and shot at it, trying to hit Harry but hitting his dad instead. The dad was hurt bad but survived. Police arrested Kane in February 2022 for attempted murder and gun charges. He asked for bail 3 times, but the court said no, calling him dangerous. His lawyers brought letters from WWE folks and the kid Harry hurt to support him, but the judge still said no bail. They appealed to a higher court, and in November 2022, Kane got out on $1 million bail but had to stay under house arrest. The police let him go to a big wrestling event in December 2022 with an escort, and the crowd cheered for him. Some people think Kane was right to protect his family, but he's still in legal trouble. Devin Nicholson, who wrestled as Hannibal, was arrested in August 2022 for attacking a woman. This wasn't his first time in trouble for violence. Back in December 2021, he stabbed a WWE referee who needed a GoFundMe to pay for medical bills. Devin got a lot of hate for that. This time, Canadian police arrested him, and he's under supervision while waiting for his trial. If he's found guilty, he could be in jail for years. Brett DiBiase got caught in a huge Mississippi welfare fraud case, the biggest in the state's history. Around $5 million meant for people in need was stolen by celebrities, officials, and rich people, including Brett, who got nearly $50,000. He admitted in court that the money was for a job he never did, using it for a fancy rehab stay and pocketing the rest. Prosecutors said he faked documents, invoices, and even a drug awareness class to hide the scam. Brett was arrested, but he had an advantage. He knew a lot about the other people involved. He worked with prosecutors to help catch the big players and agreed to pay $5,000 back to the victims. His trial is on hold while he helps the police, and he's still in jail. He's helped get long prison sentences for others in the scandal.